to do this.
Follow at What Would You and you'll be alright.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, family? Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. So it's been a few weeks since I actually went live and spoke about the market, some of my thoughts, what I think is going down. Obviously, still very active in the Discord. Crypto's kind of down right now, so not as many active members, but you can always catch me in there, dropping whatever knowledge I find throughout my daily searches. So make sure to tap in, reach out to me on IG or in the comments if you want the Discord link if you don't got it. All right, man. So I really want to talk about what is Web3. Oh, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure I can hear me. Let me know if you got any issues with the audio. Shout out to my boy Houston. He stays on his grind. Hashtag don't forget to pay. You know, not asking for any money, but if you want to pay, you can leave a like, share, subscribe, all that. But yeah, so I want to talk about what is Web3. How is it going to involve everything in the future? How you can get involved now if you're not already, obviously, and then touch on some just forward-looking market thoughts, where I think things might be headed. Is it a good time to maybe buy, get into some altcoins? Is the market headed back down? And things like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, I guess I'll just kind of go off the cuff of like, what is Web3? So you understand, like, Web 1 was the first version of the internet, right? Where it was pretty much read only. So, you know, you could send someone an email and they could read it. You could do a blog post, write up, you could read it. It was pretty much the newspaper, but online, in a sense. Not all companies had their own websites. It was kind of scoffed at. You know, I'm sure you've seen the internet is a fad headline. So it wasn't taken too seriously, right? And now when you fast forward today, it's like, if you don't have a website, most people think you're a scam. And then if you do have a website, it could still possibly be a scam, right? So that was the first version of the internet. So that was Web 1. And then we transitioned into Web 2. And Web 2 allowed you not only to read on the internet, right? Not only like read the newspaper, but it allowed you to write yourself, right? You could create your own content. So it started out with like, thinking back, like MySpace, right? Back in the day where you could write your blog post and you could post a picture. But it wasn't really that interactive. You could see a picture and you could see a blog post. Like comments took a while to get enabled, or having like the live chat took a while. And as it progressed, it went from like the live pictures onto where you have live video and you can actually interact. And obviously where we are today, where, you know, everyone has a website selling products online, you know, YouTube, Instagram, read, write, right? You can post content, but you can also take content in. You can kind of become your own business through the internet. So that was the development of Web 2. In that development of Web 2, though, there became I guess you can call them like super platforms, right? So like I was saying, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, now TikTok. These are all really big platforms that everyone goes to post their content. So that platform acts as a middleman or intermediary, right? So you do your content and you post it up to one of those platforms, and they can either say yes or no to it. They can allow it to continue on as it is. They can take it down. So you got to edit something, right? If you want to reach more followers, like how it is now, you have to pay for that, right? If you post something on their platform, you know, they're not going to show it to just anyone. They want you to spend some revenue dollars to then get it out to whoever your target audience is. So that middleman, that intermediate has become like the main focus of what Web 2 is now. Like everything is just trying to be an intermediary. You know, Airbnb, whatever sites you're using, just think of that as they are the middleman. You put something on there for others to receive, right? Whether it's Patreon, Discord, whatever it is, everything has a intermediary level. So that leads us to the blockchain and what Web3 brings into play. So with Web3, you have decentralized networks, meaning that there's no one central point of failure, right? So there's not just the CEO of YouTube saying, nah, I don't like that. Or the CEO of Instagram saying, no, we don't like that on our platform. So with decentralized networks, there's not one central point of failure. And that's one of the biggest innovations that Web3 offers, right? Through blockchain technology. Now, there's a few others. Obviously, it's a trustless system, meaning that I don't need to know you or trust you for you to interact with me, right? I can verify whatever transaction we're doing via the blockchain. I don't need to have Visa or MasterCard. I don't need your debit card information, right? I don't need your ID. I don't need to verify who you are. I just need to verify that the wallet or address you're sending funds to or from is not malicious. It hasn't had any previous malicious activity. And that right there removes that intermediary. So when you think of decentralized platforms, it's basically just source code. So anyone can take that source code and create their own decentralized platform. That's why it's going to be so hard for the government to actually shut down these neural networks or shut down blockchain platforms, because it is open source for the most part. The next great thing about Web3 is that you have smart contracts. And smart contracts, again, allow for you to have, a trustless system where you can just implement a trustless protocol for you to go on and use. You don't need to verify with me. I don't need to verify with you. You're using the protocol and interacting directly with the protocol. So when you really start to understand it, you can see there's going to be a lot of innovation in this space because, again, it's a data-focused technology, right? So data is the biggest driver right now of pretty much everything on the internet. How can we collect your data? How can we use your data? How can we understand your data better? Who can we sell your data to? So when you have these decentralized networks, there's not one source that's collecting all your data, all your data, all your data. It's decentralized. So with the blockchain, it is open, it is permissionless. Anyone can go, it's transparent. Anyone can go on there and check and see, address ending in ABCD31 sent, 2 Bitcoin to address ending in BB42 yesterday, right? Anyone can see that. The great part about it is you don't know who address, ABCD31 is or, BB24, whatever I said. And so that makes it decentralized. So that's like a great innovation that is going to lead us forward. That's the biggest thing of what Web3 is. So if I could sum it up for you, what is Web3? Again, Web 1, you could just kind of read the internet, right? It was more like a newspaper online. Web 2, you could interact more with it. You could post content to the internet, so you could read and you could write. You could take content in. As it developed, as Web 2 continued to grow, you were able to post videos, create businesses, so on and so forth. And now we have Web 3, which again is a trustless, permissionless system via the blockchain that allows you to interact peer-to-peer, right? I don't need to know who you are. I don't need to collect your data. I don't need to verify. I don't need a middleman to say, yes, I can post this or no, I can't. So that is what Web 3 enables. So now that we got that understood a little bit better, what is Web 3, how it's going to affect us in the future. And I'll make more detailed videos of this with some use cases, but I'm going to jump into some of the jobs that are available for Web 3. So let me go ahead and try to share one of these. Give me 1 second. Share screen, bow. We're going to do a tab, this tab, share. All right, boom, Google. So Indeed, right? So Indeed is a popular job search website. Boom. All right, so what are you going to search on here? You are going to search either blockchain. You can search blockchain. And I do all the job searches as remote. You might find different, obviously, results in your own city, but remote seems to work pretty well for me. So remote, and I'll just double click remote here. So when you search remote for blockchain, there's over 6,000, pretty much 6,500 jobs, right? And now I have a sales background, so a lot of sales jobs pop up for me, but there are a lot of entry-level jobs as well. So entry level, 736 jobs, senior level. So you probably need a little bit more experience on senior level, and mid level, 2,900. But let's just check out what some of these mid level jobs actually are. So adapt developer, obviously, but marketing associate, right? So that transfers. You could have been you could have done marketing at your previous company. You're really into Web3. You're really into crypto. You're really into NFTs and how the development of the blockchain is coming along. So you look into some of these companies, right? Partnerships is a huge one. If you have any experience reaching out, doing brand deals, brand partnerships, that is one of the biggest spaces and one of the best opportunities for you to get into Web3, because all of these protocols, protocol is just a decentralized app, a dApp. All of these dApps are going to be launching, and they're going to want to partner with other either established Web 2 companies or other Web 3 companies. So partnerships is a big one. Account executive is kind of broad, so let's go ahead and click on what that is really entailing here. And we'll just go down to, usually it tells you like the responsibilities, what you'll do. So develop knowledge of gilded products. Obviously, that's known. Relevant knowledge in relevant knowledge of the crypto market, right? So this is just seems like a marketing sales job. Qualify leads, something you probably have done already. Upsell new products, right? Master CRM software. 10 weekly sales meetings. So this is like a regular job, but it's in Web3. So what are the benefits of that? Well, the benefits of it are you're going to be involved in new protocol launches on the daily. Imagine if it was your job, literally it was your job for someone to say, hey, we want to know about all the new protocols that are coming out that provide privacy, right? Say you have a privacy Web2 company, whatever company, they're wanting to get into Web3, so they want to focus on privacy. So now you get to look up all the new upcoming projects on privacy, and you're going to be reaching out to them and speaking with them. You're going to be making a name for yourself in this fast growing space, and you're getting paid to do that. So like, that was one of my biggest clicks. I was like, this is all I do all day long, research crypto. Previous to this, I had worked a bunch of different jobs. I tried a bunch of different things. Sales was my biggest background. When I moved to Los Angeles, I had a full-time position with Bank of America, and I didn't want to be stuck in an office, so I stopped working there. I started working for a film production company for a while. Then I did a few sales jobs for a while. I worked for Equinox, a gym, for a while. So I did a bunch of different things, but nothing that like really drove me. So then I started working for myself, creating drop shipping companies, creating merch stores, doing I worked for a cannabis company for a while, which was really cool. So, you know, I got a well-rounded background of different types of outreach and sales jobs. And I really got passionate about crypto around 2020, towards the end of 2020, where I just put all my focus and all my time into it. So over the past year and a half, 2 years, that's all I've been doing. So I have a wealth of knowledge in crypto. And a lot of these companies, if you go in there and, you know, obviously you have your background, whatever it is, marketing, sales, customer support. If you know a little bit about crypto and you're able to speak the crypto language, that's what they're looking for. Obviously, they can train someone to do a sales job. They can train someone to do a marketing job, right? Or like I said, you probably have experience already doing those type of, you know, entry-level jobs. But if you have that crypto knowledge, you are going to be able to just blow their pants off, right, with the knowledge that you have about it. I was in there. My first interview recently was with the Web3 strategist, and that went well. And then in the second interview, I interviewed with the head of blockchain for this company. And, you know, we were just like firing on all cylinders, talking about all the same things, understood each other to a T. And then when I had my final interview with the head, right? So my manager's manager, you know, he was just like, I don't really understand all this crypto stuff. You guys are going to be taking care of this. So basically what I say all that to say is that if you have a good understanding of crypto and even a basic resume, it doesn't have to be a high level resume, you'll be able to negotiate your way into a job that's focused on crypto, on Web3. So you're continuing to research and understanding what's going on in this space while you're getting paid from a company to do so. And right now it's one of the best times, you know, going forward, in my opinion, we'll get to this a little bit later in the video. It's one of the best times to invest in the upcoming, you know, months to years. So if the market takes a downturn and you are an entrepreneur and you're looking for ways to supplement some income and you're already doing things that are along the line and someone's willing to pay you a salary, it could make sense, right? So I just wanted to point that out. So again, let's jump through this a little bit quicker. That was just searching blockchain. And remember, we're going to take off mid-level. That had over 6,000 job results. And now we will search crypto. So what? Crypto, where, remote. And I always hit remote twice just to make sure they only give me remote jobs. You know, 2,900. So we'll call it 3,000. So 6,000 plus 3,000. We're at 9,000 total open jobs. Again, account management, business development as well as sales development are huge. If you have any experience with those, you'll be good to go. Now, most of these jobs, they don't know what to pay these people that understand crypto. They're not really sure. I highly suggest watching a few YouTube videos on how to negotiate salary if you're looking to get into one of these jobs, and negotiate higher than whatever they have listed, you know, much higher, 10, 20, 15, 10, 15, 20, 30% higher, because you are bringing a skill that not many people understand. And if you go in there with the educated responses and a passion for blockchain and crypto technology, then you most likely will get your desired salary. I would definitely say it's a very good chance. Okay, so let's keep going through these really quick. Recruiters, product analysts, project managers, and also product managers, huge in Web3. A lot of companies are looking for those. Let's go head of sales. Might have to say that one. Engineering, obviously there's a lot of technical jobs. If you're a developer or a web engineer, then well, most likely you're probably not watching this because you already know about Solidity and you already know about the basics of crypto. But if you happen to come across it and you are a developer, then the opportunities are endless for you. Learn Solidity, learn Python, and there's some jobs offering like up to $700K base salary for those, so could be a good thing. Partnerships, sales, brand management is a big one. Product leads. So you get the picture. We're at 9,000. Let's really quick just jump into what Web3 offers, and then we'll jump into some other things. So Vayner, Gary V company, creator resident. So also if you're into making content, if you create content, there's a lot of people looking for content, crypto content managers or social media managers for crypto. So a lot of those jobs out there. Product analyst. And look at these like ranges, 12,000 to 60,000. Like a lot of these companies are not really sure where to start out in Web3. I would suggest not taking a Web3 job for less than around 60 to 70K. That should be the base minimum for any of these jobs if you have the crypto knowledge, right? And if you're in sales, then you can do OTE, so on target earnings, what you're expecting to earn if you hit all your quotas. I would have my OTE around 120 to 150. Because if you're in sales, you should get paid for your knowledge. Well, if you're in any company, you should get paid for your knowledge, right? All right, community manager, another really big one. If you're all about community, you're all about bringing people together and keeping positive vibes up, and you have some experience in this background, it's another great job. A lot of people looking for that. So product managers, community managers, so a lot of marketing, a lot of research, but even like I said, customer support, even if it's basic as customer support, you can find a lot of that going on here. Director, Web3 strategy. Like I said, if you're in strategies, a lot of Web3 strategists, people are looking for those. And yeah. So, and when we search Web, we're up to 9,000 jobs. And then when we search Web3, we have another 2,000 here. So we're at over 11,000 open jobs right now. And shout out to my brother Houston. He said, even for part-time, 60K. Obviously, if you're working part-time, it's not salary based, so it might be a little bit different of a negotiation, but I would still say that, if you have crypto knowledge, then I wouldn't accept even part-time less than $20 an hour. It's definitely above minimum wage job. If you're, I think what minimum wage across the country is around $15, 10, 50. I have no idea. But yeah, even if you're part-time, I would be shooting for, $20, $22, $25 an hour, because you're bringing knowledge that most of these companies want. And again, if you have the passion for it, I think what really knocked the socks off of my recent round of interviews when I was going through was just, you could see me talking about it. I was like, yeah, and this and that and that. Like, if you really understand it, and I don't mean understand it to the point of, there's 256 bits inside of here, and the SHA 256 hash rate is what Bitcoin's protocol uses, and the fact, like, it doesn't have to be super technical, but if you have an understanding of the market of what's going on, right? Like, why do companies need NFTs? That was one of the questions. Like, do you think every company needs NFT? Like, what is like, if you understand how the technology can benefit other companies, then you'll be good to go. And expressing that through even part-time jobs will really stand out, in my opinion. Alrighty, so again, over 11,000 current open jobs, and that's just on Indeed. Obviously, there's hundreds of these different job websites and jobs postings. So I just wanted to touch base on that and let you guys know there are some opportunities out there, and especially if you're passionate about the space. If you're fortunate enough, you can get a job where they pay you to go on events. So that's a pretty big perk, being able to go to a bunch of different Web3 events all across the country or even abroad, and having a company pay for you to do it makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. All right, so those are just some current jobs I was searching for. I've been looking over the past few months, just because, again, the macro environment is not looking the best. So I guess it's a perfect time for us to transition into some charts, right? Into some markets. What's going on in these streets? What's going on in the markets right now? So recently the inflation data just came out. The CPI print was below last month, so we did see a bump in the markets, and we are going to switch this to a daily view just to make it easier. Let's take off some of these just to make it a little cleaner. Y'all getting all my secrets here. All right, so this is Bitcoin on the CME. Remember, the CME is like the stock market version of Bitcoin, where it does not trade over the weekend. So that's just important to remember. And you can see right here, what do we got? Throw this on. If you've been on any of my calls before, when the candles are below the line, resistance, right? It means it's holding it down. That line is holding it down. When the candles are, now let's move this line up to here, right? So now we're looking at this section, and we'll change this color. So when the candles are above the line, it's support. It's holding it up, right? Pump up the J, it's supporting it up, right? And again, when the candle is down here, or when the line is down here and the candles are below the line, again, that is resistance. It's holding it down. So what can we infer from that small little bit of information that I'm sure we all knew, because we've all been following along, right? Well, obviously the candles are below the line. So right now it's acting as resistance. So we would want to see a break above this line, come back and test it, hold it as support, and then continue our move up. And then what are the levels we're looking for? Well, we'll add other levels of resistance, right? So right now it's being pushed down. You can see the candles are below this yellow line, and then we'll add another line for resistance, right? So these candles try to get above this line here. They couldn't do it, so that's another area of resistance. And then let's just add one more where we'll just add it right here. What's going on, brother? You're live on the call. It's like, let me give you a call back. I'm live on YouTube. Alrighty. And so now, again, these candles below the line, it's resistance. Below this line, it's resistance, right? So we want to see it continue to come up, come to these lines, and then continue up. So that's what we're looking for to happen. And in my opinion, this is just a bear market rally, right? The overall market is still trending down. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's go ahead and clear all the stuff that we have on here and change it to a weekly view. And when we look at this weekly view, we can see that the market is still trending down. It is still moving to the downside. So we need to start reversing that and putting in higher highs and higher lows. So we want to see come up here, come back here. So I'm drawing that same thing that we were just looking at, right? And now we're just looking at the market structure. So we have a low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low. And at the same time, after this low, it would have been a high, a higher high, a higher high, a higher high. So that's the reverse. That's the market structure that we want to see the market really start becoming bullish. Alrighty. What else? What else? What is the first indicator? What's the first thing we need to do for that to happen? Well, we have to take out, remember those yellow lines that we drew? We'll put them back in here. For that to happen, this is a resistance line right here, right? So we have to take that out. So until we actually get above that and then come down here, this is where our buy would be. Sorry, give me 1 second. That's where our buy, we would like our buy to be. And we would like our buy to be there because if that holds, then we can continue to the upside, right? So we don't want to get faked out. We don't want to get in too early. We want to wait to see if we cross that line, hold that line, and then continue to move up. And again, that would give us a higher high coupled with a higher low. And that's the market structure we want to be looking for. Now, where is that price, right? Now, let's just point out where that price actually is. So we'll grab this and we'll say, boom. Okay, that price is about 31,000. All right, so 31,000. Now, another important thing to look at, where do the candles, where's the bottom of these candles, right? So see this bottom line right here? We'll draw a smaller line right here. Okay, so we know this smaller line is also going to be a little bit of resistance, right? Because it has to get back up into this zone. So let's go ahead and throw a marker there. All right, so now we have our zone, about 27,900, so 28K and 32K. These are the golden numbers to watch right now. Until Bitcoin gets to those numbers, holds them, and continues up, then this is just a bear market rally. And you don't want to be buying into bear market rallies, or at least trading into them. If you're going to dollar cost average, that's fine, right? But remember market structure. Remember, when you get these highs, you want to either take profits, and when you get these lows, you want to usually be buying them up. Now, if you're dollar cost averaging, and actually before I say this, let me just say, So remember, it's all about your strategy. I got my hair going crazy. So remember, it's all about your strategy, right? Are you just trying to trade and make some money as you go day to day? Then it's completely different than what I'm describing right here. This is more so a macro environment and understanding that I don't want to go put in $10,000 right now until I see that new bullish market structure, right? You don't want to just jump in for no reason. So this gives us ideas of where we want to get in or where we want to get out, if that is your plan. If your plan is to buy and hold over the next 5 years, then in my opinion, obviously it's not financial advice, you just want to buy consistently every week or every month. So I have automatic payments set up where I buy $100 worth of Bitcoin every Tuesday, or is it Thursday? Every Tuesday, I believe. Just takes it out of my account. Because I'm not worried about the price. It could be 20,000 today, 25 tomorrow, 22 the next day, 28 the next day. That is my plan for that amount of money allocated. Now, I also have a trading account. Now, with my trading account, I go into a much more detailed view of, okay, what's going on intraday, right? Where were the daily highs? Where were the daily lows? Where were the weekly highs? Where were the weekly lows? What's the, where's the point of control as far as the RSI is concerned? That is more so a trading plan. So just understand your plan is going to help you execute and win in the long term. Don't try strategies that don't fit your plan. All right, so that's the market right now. CPI numbers are below what they came in last week or last month, so that has led to a small bull rally over the past few weeks. We could see the bull rally. Oh, let me add this back in. Sorry. Bow. We could see this rally continue. Right, so we could see this rally continue, but the rally doesn't mean much until we get to that 2830K level. Once we're at that 2830K level, we want to see reaction. Remember that we have right now resistance at that level, meaning that we're going to get pushed down. Most likely, it's more likely that we get pushed down. We want to see it break through that resistance, come back, test it to see what the reaction is. If it holds, that's where you buy, and then continue the leg up. So that's the market structure. So because we have been getting this bounce recently, there have been a lot of altcoins that have just been popping off. So let's go ahead to CoinGecko really quick and look at some of these altcoins that have just been going crazy. We'll look over these past 7 days. Now this is just hilarious. Celsius is up 96%. So almost a 2x over the past 7 days. They filed for Chapter 11. There was a short squeeze that took place. I'm not really sure what's going on with it at this point, if it's just more shorters coming into it. I haven't looked at the open interest, which determines if there's more people looking to short or more people looking to sell. Maybe it's just shorts covering, but I wouldn't touch that. It seems really silly to me, so just be aware. Near Protocol, Layer 1, up 37%, pretty good. Chainlink, Chainlink has been going crazy. I had a few open longs on Chainlink. Some smaller positions that did very well. A couple I closed early, but I got back in. So Chainlink has been absolutely killing it. Avalanche, doing okay. A cool thing about Avalanche is they have their CRA Swimmer network. So Carvana launched their Swimmer network, which is a subnet of their main blockchain. I got other videos on that. We'll talk about that another time. But basically, because they launched SwimmerNet and the gas token for SwimmerNet is CRA, there's actually 2 current gaming projects that are being launched on Swimmer. So those gaming projects will use, not CRA, TUS. Those projects will use TUS to burn gas for whatever transactions they have. So it hasn't been looking too good for my CRA, my crabs, but at least that is some nice news to hear. Zcash, Quant, all been doing okay. Phantom got up to like 40 cents, which is doing pretty well. But let's go into the nitty gritty. Let's go into the actual small caps. The ones that might be able to bring you back some crazy returns. Now remember, if the market turns, this is ones I gotta go back to here for a second. Now remember, if the market turns against us and starts moving to the downside, these will move down much quicker. What I'm looking for here is to see Bitcoin hold support kind of where it's at right now. As it moves up to that resistance zone of 28 to 30K, these altcoins could go crazy. Like you just seen Celsius up 100% in 7 days. Some of these altcoins could do similar things. I'm not telling you to buy them. I'm not saying this is the best time to get into them. I'm just making you aware of how to do your own research, how to find some of these things, and then, you can make those decisions or hop into the Discord and we can all chat about it and see, what everyone thinks. So, all right. Optimism. Oops, that was opium, not optimism. So optimism is one of the roll-ups, and if we go to this max chart right here, actually let's go to the 30-day chart. So over the past 30 days, it went from 46 cents all the way up to $2. Now, we spoke about Optimism previously in the Discord. Again, it's a layer 2 solution. We talked about bridging money over to layer 2 solutions to possibly get airdrops. I just missed this Optimism airdrop by one transaction, which was, it is what it is. But just things to keep an eye on. Layer 2 solutions most likely will have a good bounce if we continue to see the Ethereum merge, run up, and that bullish sentiment. So keep an eye on Optimism as well as Arbitrum. I would definitely try to wait to get into it more like $1.50, $1.40, and if it comes down to like 90 cents maybe. But again, this is all dependent on what Bitcoin does. You'll hear me say that multiple times as we go over some of these. And now let's go down to I want to find categories. There we go. All right, so obviously you can go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, search by categories, and you'll see different ecosystems here. We're just going to do play to earn to see if any of these gaming tokens have done anything. I don't think the gaming tokens have done anything yet, so that's why we're looking at them, right? Because if Bitcoin has a strong push up, then these gaming tokens could possibly catch that tail end of it, right? So if Bitcoin pushes up to 28, 30K and it hangs out there for a week or two, you could see these altcoins popping off 100%, 200%, 300%, just like boom, boom, boom. Make sure you're taking profits on these. I don't think this long-term run is quite over yet, right? Or I'm sorry, I don't think this downside is quite over yet. So make sure if you're getting into some of these smaller cap coins that you do take profits on them as they come. All right, so let's look at a 7-day chart. So yeah, the biggest one is Decentral Games. The biggest one I recognize is UFO Gaming, up 34%. So a lot of these have not really moved whatsoever, right? So they haven't really moved at all over the past 7 days. And if we pull up just like a little bit bigger chart, like, let me see, one, Splinterland, Decentraland. So let's look at Decentraland over the past 30 days. Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting to bring you guys back. There we go. So Mana over the past 30 days. Let's get a load up in here. All right. So you see, I had that big push. Oh, that was literally today. It wasn't that big of a push. That wasn't that big. All right. So over the past 30 days, it went from $1 to $1.06. So it's still pretty much relatively flat, right? If we look over the past 3 months, relatively flat or sideways. So again, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because the gaming tokens haven't quite moved yet. Over the past 6 months, you can see they're still kind of down, just getting a little uptick right now. I'm not saying to buy these. I'm saying these are some to be aware of. Check them daily, right? Check to see what's going on with them. Remember, if Bitcoin is running up and it's bullish over the next 30 to 40 days, pushing up into the next FOMC meeting, most likely you'll get a lot of these to pop. Okay, so Decentraland, and then like other ones like Sandbox. And these are just the major gaming tokens that I'm pointing out right now. I'm not going into like the super smaller ones. Obviously, if you're in the Discord or anything, you know about all the ones we talk about. So 180 days, past 6, same thing, right? Hasn't really made any moves. And remember, we were talking about market structure, higher highs and higher lows. Well, here was a high, then they had a low, right? Then they had a high, then it came down to a low. They tried to make a little high, came down to a major low. And since this low down here, no real highs, this was a little high, lower low. So it's lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. That market structure means continuation down. Now you've seen here from June 21st till now, it's pretty much just been moving sideways, a little bit up, right? Just a little bit up. What we're looking for is Bitcoin to take off to 25, 26, 27, and then see these big explosions with this. I mean, you could see a jump back up to, let me see here, $2.50 in a day. So again, have to say it every time, not financial advice, but check some of those out. All right. So the last thing we'll talk about really quick, and I always talk about the Discord because the people that are active in the Discord pretty much get to hear all this first and they can take action first, right? So, if you're in the Discord, we did like a live chat and I talked about DeFi Llama and how I didn't fall off from using it, but I wasn't using it as actively. So just jumping back in and kind of doing my due diligence. If you come to DeFi Llama, right? We were talking about Ethereum. Ethereum has the merge coming up for proof of stake, but proof of stake with Ethereum is not going to actually lower transaction costs. It's not going to lower gas fees, right? It's just a way to come to consensus on the network, meaning that it's a way to say, yes, this transaction is valid. It's not going to lower the gas fees. So, common misconception. It will not lower gas fees until Ethereum sharding takes place, which, if you know anything about Ethereum, could be a ways away, as they do have pushbacks. So what does that mean? A lot of people are going to be getting into, or a lot of people are going to be buying into the Ethereum hype leading up into the merge, right? Most likely to sell the news event. But what you can do instead of actually getting into Ethereum, looking at Ethereum ecosystems. What is an Ethereum ecosystem? Well, a layer 2 solution like Arbitrum, like Optimism, like ZK Sync, which isn't actually live yet, but anyway, those ecosystems could have big rallies. So this is what I would do. I would come to DeFi Llama. I would make the page bigger because it has a pop-up on the left, this pop-up. So when you come to DeFi Llama on the left-hand side, you're going to hit chains. From the chains, obviously there's a lot of data you can take from this, but I'm just speaking on a specific thing on what I'm doing. So, okay, so a non-EVM, EVM is Ethereum Virtual Machine, right? So all these other blockchains, they take a source code of EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, and implement it into their source code so that way it can run similarly like Ethereum. So you're going to want to go to DeFi Llama. You're going to click chains on the left-hand side. You're going to go to EVM, which again means Ethereum Virtual Machine. You are going to say, okay, now that I know about EVMs, I actually lied to you. Well, you can do it from here, but I meant to say you're going to go to rollups. So my bad. Let's go ahead and cut that, edit that. So DeFi Llama, chains, scroll down and go to rollups. Again, once you're on rollups, you have Optimism and Arbitrum. These are two of the biggest rollups that are currently for layer 2s for Ethereum. You can see right here, there's 62 different dApps or protocols on Optimism. There's 109 different dApps or protocols on Arbitrum. The total value locked, 1.1 billion on Optimism, 916, almost a billion on Arbitrum. Both of them have had increases over the past 7 days of value coming to their chain, right? Remember, TVL is total value locked. So if I have a blockchain and it's called But Would You Blocks, But Would You Blockchain, and I have 3 dApps on it, right? I only have 3 dApps on it, but my first dApp, someone had put in 500 million. My second dApp, someone put in 250 million. My third dApp, someone put in 250 million. What is the total value that's locked on the But Would You blockchain? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty. So we're going to click on either Optimism or Arbitrum, whatever you prefer. I'm going to go with Arbitrum just because it has a little bit more. Obviously, you can see how much total value locked is on there. All right. Now, when we come down here, this is where the magic happens. Just kidding. But this is where you're going to find protocols and understand the TVL to market cap, right? So the total value that's locked on that blockchain compared to the market cap. And then also you're going to see what have been the changes on that chain. So again, TVL just means that, hey, you can earn, let's say 3% on if you deposit your money on this chain, right? So I'm going to lock, it's not actually locked in most cases, but I'm going to lock, you know, like I said, 500 million, 250 million, 250 million on this chain. So that's my total value locked. And then over here, we're going to look at, so that's TVL. And then for MCAP TVL, MCAP is your market cap. So how much money is actually invested in your protocol compared to how much money is deposited into your protocol. General rule of thumb, if a protocol has a high amount of total value locked and a lower market cap, that usually means there's room, a runway for that market cap to grow, right? And become closer to the total value locked. And it kind of makes sense when you think about it, right? If there's more money locked in my protocol than my protocol actually worth, it's like, well, dang, it doesn't, you know, more people should be investing into the protocol than just locking up their capital there. At least that would be a good sign of the protocol's longevity. Okay, so now that we're looking into this, let's just kind of break it down at the top. We'll do the top 5, 10 here. So GMX, decentralized protocol where you can long and short. Remember, these are all inside of Arbitrum, right? Remember, Arbitrum. We went to DeFi Llama, we went to chains, we went to rollups, we clicked on Arbitrum or Optimism. Now we're going through the dApps that are on that chain, and we're seeing what dApps have a low MCAP to TVL. So we're going to filter. just by clicking here, and we can see, okay, so it has a 0.00886 market cap to its total value locked. If it's grayed out here, that usually, sorry, let me take a sip. If it's grayed out here, that usually means that it's across multiple chains. So if it's grayed out, I don't usually look at it too deeply. So Radiant. So this is one that I just put some money into. Not a lot of money, a small amount of money, because remember, I'm looking at this through the lens of Bitcoin doing what our general thought process is here, moving up to that 28, 30K level, finding either, you know, some resistance there, or if it can break through and find support there. Just, again, be highly aware of that. That without knowing that, then none of this really, you know, matters. So make sure you remember that. All right. So the 7-day change on RDNT, 81%. The total value locked $100 million, and it is only 0.04 of that, right? The market cap is only so if you have $100 million, and you can't see my calculator, but I have my calculator up here, and I multiply that by 0.04, that means the market cap is only $4 million. So there's so much more money locked in the protocol than actually the protocol is worth. That can give you an indication, not always, but it can give you an indication that, wow, if this protocol is legit and it is working well, most likely more people are going to lock their money into it because it's giving the user something that they want. And as more people lock their money into the protocol, some of those people will actually invest in that protocol. So again, it gives you that runway for the dollar amount of the protocol to increase, which, you know, that's what we all want to see. Alrighty, so just going through a few. RDNT. I got onto that one. Okay, now you're like, okay, well, where can I buy this? How do I figure this out, right? Like, so you click on RDNT. You can look through this data, obviously, as you want, but they have a website, they have a Twitter, and one of the biggest things is you're going to want to make sure you get the address from here, and then obviously you can also view it on CoinGecko. So let me go there and pull that up for you. And this is RDNT on CoinGecko, up 30% just today. Up 30% just today. And if we look at the last 90 days, from its low down here, it was at 4 or 5 cents. And we can kind of look over here. It's up 300, so 3x in 10 days. So it hit its low 9 days ago, and it's up 300% since then. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you're going to catch the perfect low, right? You're not. Who says you're going to get the exact bottom? I'm just saying these are things that you can look into. They have a chance to pop off. Like I said, I'll try to stop saying it, but like I said, if Bitcoin continues that push up, these are the ones that have a chance to give you a nice little run, a nice little pop, right? And it hit earlier, it hit 19.4, and it's currently at 19 cents, right? And the total market cap is about 5 million. Remember, we did the math. We got around 4 million, so obviously it didn't account for the 30% increase that happened today. Okay, so yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. Boom, let's go back. And we're back here at DeFi Llama. And so how do we buy that? Remember, one more time, we're talking about, okay, well, how do I buy that? So what you're going to want to do is, actually, I'm going to go forward back to here. You can go to the Markets tab. So, where we at? Not market. Markets, here we go. So right under the information, you find the Markets tab. You click on Markets, and it will show you what markets it's currently trading on. So right now, the only market that you can get it in a decentralized format is SushiSwap. If you don't know how to set up or add chains to your MetaMask, jump in the Discord. We can do that within 3 seconds. And if you don't know how to use a DEX, I do have videos. You can go through and look for those videos. But again, jump in the Discord. I try to help as many people as possible, so take advantage of this, guys. Like, maybe it's not valuable right now, but I truly believe in 3 to 4 years, you're going to be like, dang, I shoulda and I coulda. But would you? All right. Enough of my little marketing ploys. Let's go back one more time. And we'll just do this with one other one. Again, we went through, what is Web3, right? Remember, Web3 is just upgrading from... Let me talk to y'all. What is Web3, right? We went through and talked about Web3 is just upgrading from Web 1, where it was just read only. It was like the newspaper for the internet, to Web 2, where you're able to interact with people. It was more a peer-to-peer system, but there was still a middleman, right? I could post on here, but it's centralized. One point of authority could tell me no. So that was the front end. On Web 3, the front end stays the same. The videos will stay the same. The scrolling will stay the same. What's important about Web 3 is the back end, the things that the user doesn't see. How is the data stored, right? Is it permissionless? Is it decentralized? How are we going to keep a trustless system, right? So that is the importance of Web 3. And going from there, we talked about the market. The market structure right now hasn't broken to the upside. The market structure has not been providing on a large time frame. On a small time frame, it has 4-hour time frame. It has on the larger time frame, it has not yet. How do we see that change on the larger time frame? Again, Bitcoin gets up to about 30K. It holds that or breaks through it and then comes back down and holds it as support. That's how we know market structure has started to change. And then from there, we talked about some of these tokens that could really take off if Bitcoin does what we think it may do. And we'll have a few more right now. And so Houston said, how are gas prices right now? So for the people that don't know, there's a easy integration. If you just Google Ethereum gas, I think it's called Gas Now. I'm not sure. Let me find the actual name for it. So Ethereum gas tracker. If you Google Ethereum gas tracker, you can add an extension. And just type extension in there, and then it'll tell you what the gas is. Currently, the gas is about 30 gwei. So 30 gwei. That's the gas price right now. Unless you're talking about in the U.S., man, gas out here in Cali is still about $6. I don't know what y'all talking about. Hey, what's up, Chris? So Chris said, yo, Justin, where's the Discord link? Yo, I got you. I got these links, baby. What you need? But nah, so if you follow me on IG, on Instagram, at But Would Ya, just DM me and be like, yo, I was on the stream. Can I get the Discord link? And I'll send it through. And I got you. I appreciate you tapping in with me and wanting to learn more. All right, so let's throw the screen back up one more time. We're going to close it out here shortly, but let's talk about a few more of these small caps where you could possibly, might be able to make a couple dollars. But again, last time I said it, it's dependent on Bitcoin. It's dependent on what Bitcoin does and if it continues up towards that 30K mark. Alrighty, so we showed how to find these, right? This is how you're going to do your own research. This is how you're going to find these. So let's go back from the beginning, right? So we're just going to go to DeFi Llama. And I apologize to the people that's like, oh my God, this is repetitive. But if you don't hammer this stuff home, it's easy to forget. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on in life. It's not easy just to remember everything about crypto. Trust me, I've been there. So I like to really go over things to the point to make sure everyone understands. And if you don't, hop in the Discord. Alrighty, so you go to DeFiLlama.com. You click on chains. Why do you click on chains? Because it just shows you the different blockchains and the data it has for those blockchains. As you scroll down, you'll see a little filter section, and you can just leave it here if you want, and you can go through all the blockchains, and this is how you do your own research on all the new protocols. So this format, what I'm showing you, this strategy, if you will, works, for any of these, but we're specifically focusing right now on roll-ups. Remember, roll-ups are layer 2 solutions for Ethereum. Why do we need layer 2 solutions? Because when a lot of traffic is happening on the Ethereum mainnet, on that beacon chain, the gas prices continue to rise. Recently, gas prices have been low because not that many people are active in crypto right now. But they're also, if you were here during the crazy phase, the gas prices $8, $5, $6, $7, $800 for one submission, one transaction. So it's important to understand that layer 2s will be big in the future, especially like I said, Web 3 is about the back end. It's not what you actually see. It's what's happening on the back end, right? So a lot of these companies will be using this layer 2 technology. So if you can get into it now, it could really be beneficial. Just keep that in mind. So again, we went to DeFi Llama, we went to chains, we went to the filter section and clicked roll up. After we clicked roll up, we looked at Optimism and Arbitrum because right now they have the most protocols. And so we're going to click on Arbitrum. As we went through the Arbitrum protocols, we see that the total amount of value locked on the Arbitrum chain is 914 million, basically $1 billion. So we want to see where is that $1 billion actually at? Which protocol really has the adoption, right? Which protocol really has people putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak. So we went ahead and sorted by TVL, and that gave us the top protocols, which we got GMX, Radiant, SushiSwap. And then remember that some of these, will be on multiple chains, right? So you can have SushiSwap on Ethereum, on Avalanche, on Cosmos, on whatever chain. It can be on there. It can adapt to that. But we want chain specific dApps. So SushiSwap, Curve, Uniswap are not chain specific. So be aware of that. But GMX and Radiant are. DPX is chain specific. Aave is not. Vesta Finance is chain specific. So, just it's not hard to figure that out, which ones are chain specific and which ones are not. So, okay, now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and search by MCAP to TVL. Remember, market cap to total value locked just means that the market cap, if it's under 1, I like to look for protocols that are under 1 because in my mind, that means there's still a lot of room to run, a lot of room for that protocol to gain value. So once you look through this and you say, you're doing your research, you say, okay, this one has a 0.04, that's under 1, that's good. This has 0.2, that's under 1, that's good. Right? So as you go through, and then now once you get to ones, it doesn't mean you're not doing the ones that are over 1. It just means that they might not have as much upside as some of the other ones, which, you have to take that into your own consideration. Okay, and then once we have these, we click on the actual protocol. We look into it a little bit more, go to their website. Let's go to their website. This is the index. This is like everything you need to do, right? So I'm not sure if it popped up. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Give me 1 second. No, okay, you can't see it. Good. Had to put in my password here, so let me put in my password. Alrighty, boom, password's in. Connect. Uh-oh, we're running into some issues here. What's going on? Let me change my mainnet to Arbitrum and go ahead and now my wallet's connected. You can see it up there. All right, so this is the dApp. This is what's going on in this dApp. So earn interest and borrow assets cross-chain. Welcome to the future of omni-chain lending. All right, so pretty much the same as most of these platforms. You can just deposit, borrow. They have a loop function that I read up on, but it just adds more leverage. So it's not telling you to do this. I'm not even telling you to deposit your money on these. What I'm telling you is that if it has that, oh wait, now I'm realizing that you guys probably can't see this. One second. Alrighty, so after we clicked on this right here on website, this is where it took us to. Boom. Okay, you guys should be able to see that now. I connected my wallet, all good. And then again, it's just a borrowing and lending platform. I'm not saying to use it. I'm not saying to deposit money on it. What I'm saying is that because the market cap to the total value locked is still fairly low, that it might have chance to run. If you don't know, then you can go here, which is Dex Screener. Dex Screener is just an aggregator which pulls up all the tokens on all the chains and where you can buy them, and also gives you the current price. So we're going to search. Remember, what was the ticker? RDNT. We click there. And so this is just the aggregator and shows you some information about the RDNT token. It'll give you the address over here so you can copy and use a DEX. If you don't know how to use a DEX, hop into the Discord. I'll show you how to get into all these. Boom. And you can see it moving up there. So that's a DEX Screener. And all right, so for the last time, we'll run through this one more time. I think I drove home the point fairly well. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. I'm just going to go through one more where we come to DeFi Llama. We go to chains, we go to rollups. Again, we're looking at rollups because we're assuming that Ethereum's ecosystem is going to have a big push up as it goes into the merge, which we've already kind of seen. We clicked on Arbitrum because it had 109 current dApps on it, or protocols. Remember, protocols, 109. So we checked out Arbitrum just to see the current dApps on it. We went ahead and sorted market cap to TVL. And we're just kind of looking through. We see GMX right here. Like, oh, okay, it has 1.35. I heard about this on some, maybe I heard about it on Crypto Banner or I heard about it on Twitter. So let me check it out. You come here, right? You can click on the website. And boom, once you click on that website, take you right here to the website. And then check out the website. See what's up with it. Launch exchange. We're going to agree to this. Check out the website, see if it's something that you would be interested in, see if it's like anything that you would actually use. If so, maybe then maybe you actually use it, but also if not, then you just look at the token. So remember, we're going to, give me 1 second. Let me come here, boom. Now we go back to CoinGecko and we just want to find out a little bit more about it. GMX. And again, guys, this is just how you do your own research. This is how you figure out what's going on in the current markets. Over the past 6 months, it's been on a tear from $15 at the start of July to $41. So over a 2x, almost 300%, almost a 3x since its low. So that's pretty much the sum it up. That is how you do your own research, find out some of these tokens. That's what we got going on in the jobs in Web3. So if you're looking to get in Web3, I think it's just a great opportunity. If you're already researching crypto and maybe you like your job right now, but you're not super happy about it, you know, there's a lot of opportunity out here. Usually when you switch jobs, it's better to gain more income from switching jobs than just asking for a raise. So that's another benefit. I just think it could be really beneficial. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Hopefully you guys jump into Discord, stay active within the ecosystem. This is a great way to find new projects that are launching. Another thing you can do really quick as we go back to DeFi Llama is if you're checking out these protocols, if you're checking out Optimism and you're checking out Arbitrum, then what you would want to do is kind of keep a list, right? If you know that there's 62 protocols on Optimism and 109 on Arbitrum, kind of make a mental note or make a physical note, whatever you need to do, and say when you see when this go from 109 to 112. You're like, oh, there's 3 new protocols. Let me go find out what those are, right? That's how you can find them right from the gate. If you check this daily, you can find it right from the gate, right? And it doesn't have to be long. You can spend 10 minutes searching on here for the blockchain you want, whether it's Cosmos, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever it is. Search for the blockchain you want to put money into, that ecosystem, and say, hey, oh, this protocol has 109. Now I see that it has 115, right? So let me sort by the total value locked. And usually the lowest total value locked will be the newer protocols, right? Because they just came out. Not a lot of people know about them. They just launched. So there's not going to be a lot of value locked. But if you can read through them, see what they do, keep that in your mind, go on to Twitter, search that protocol's name on Twitter, see what it's been talking about. If someone that you respect and follow is maybe mentioning it, that could be a good sign, right? So these are just little tips and tricks that you can do to increase your advantage, increase your edge in the market. Closing remarks, like I said, shout out to the people that came in. Please be like my good brother Houston. I appreciate you so much, my brother, because he's always active, he's always helping, and I've seen the knowledge in him grow and the passion for crypto grow. If you get it, you get it, and you're most likely to be here for the long term. So you might as well, get your foot in now for that long term. So shout out to everybody. I appreciate you guys. Jump into the Discord if you're not really sure what's going on. Remember, you don't want to be looking back in 3 to 4 years like, dang, I shoulda. I coulda, I'm asking right now, but would you though? So appreciate y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.